Back. Alright, so, when we last left off, you had just gotten a call from a Mr. Cromwell, who happens to be a legendary vampire whose name shall not be named at this moment, but we'll just leave it off at that.
Because we know better.
Uh-huh. Because there'll be horrible pain or something.
Be a lot of pain.
It rhymes with bacula.
Mm-hmm.
Scott Bakula?
Scott Bakula?
Indeed, the Scott Bakula.
He's totally a vampire.
Very dangerous one, not...
Mm-hmm. Okay, so, now that you have this new bits of information, what do you want to do?
So something was shipped to New York, along with a large sum of money, but we don't know where it went. We don't know who the money went to.
He could give you the information on which bank got the money, though, so I can tell you that much.
Okay.
So you have that information of where the bank came in.
Alright, well, perhaps we can contact some of our Nosferatu friends who are tech geniuses, since we are currently missing ours.
Yes.
And maybe they would be able to help us find out who at the bank this money was sent to, and perhaps if they've had any shipments arrive in the recent past.
Sure. Alright. So you will definitely be able to contact one of the Nosferatu. Are you just doing that directly, or are you doing anything else at the moment? Are you just heading back where you came from? Or home, so to say?
I mean, I imagine home is probably good, since it'll probably take some time for the information to arrive.
Okay.
Thoughts? Dawn? Leslie?
Yeah, home sounds good.
Leslie, you
Leslie
caught a
got
bite
takeout.
on your way back.
Indeed. Very enjoyable.
Mm-hmm.
I'm amazed Ryan let you bite him.
He doesn't know, don't tell him.
Okay. Alright, headed back home.
Yeah.
Okay. So you'll head back home and get another rest. But you'll contact the Nosferatu and kind of get them to get some information for you. What is all the information you're having them seek out?
Well, I suppose the most important information would presumably be the transfer of money and who that was to. And if there are any correlating deliveries to that person, or where we could find that person to potentially ask them about a delivery that wasn't, what's the word? Recorded.
Yeah.
But also if they could tell us about Pentech's activity in New York, that might be useful. Or you said they already have a location in Philadelphia.
Yes, this is something that they were forming when you last saw them, but it's been a number of months, so it sounds like they could end up opening that branch.
Okay. Well then, the Nosferatu are aware that we're looking for Samuel, correct?
Yes.
Well, if they can find any information on locations in LA, Chicago, Philadelphia, or New York that they might have shipped poor Samuel, that might also be useful information.
Okay.
And we, of course, would be happy to locate and retrieve him.
Okay.
And would appreciate any help they might be able to offer in getting Samuel out of the Institute's hands so that he cannot divulge secrets.
Okay. So you're looking into that, into what's going on in New York. Anything else that you have them checking out?
Mm, I mean, presumably they would be part of the searching for the Sabbat group.
I mean, you did talk to the one that was doing that, Jimmy.
Right. And presumably he would either have contacted other Nosferatu or would know that they were not trustworthy for that particular use.
Yes.
Correct?
And
So, yeah.
whichever
Not gonna...
the Nosferatu he would contact because he knew that they would be loyal. Definitely. It's not that other Nosferatu probably aren't loyal, it's just that they probably just don't care.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, probably not talking about that. Anything else we'd like to ask about?
Nothing I can think of.
I suppose if they could find where a certain gangrel and a bunch of supernatural mercenaries might be located in the city, that might be helpful.
They can look into to see if Victor is there. May I note that if you ask them, they will definitely say that Victor has not declared himself. But Victor is certainly dangerous enough that, well, he might not want to, kind of thing.
Okay. But they could probably help us find the location of a large group of supernatural mercenaries.
They can look into it.
Mm-hmm.
Victor should theoretically declare himself, but he is not Camarilla, may I note.
Ah.
He was loyal
and
to...
since he can just sleep in the ground...
Yeah. He has not declared himself. Because Baba Yaga was not Camarilla. Baba Yaga was her own force.
Ah.
So, it's unsure what allegiance he holds beyond his own at this point in time.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, that sounds good then.
Yep.
Anybody else think of anything we might ask the Nosferatu?
Not really.
Do you reckon they know what Samuel is?
I mean...
That was part of what they were going to look for. I mean, they can try to look
Yep.
for people.
Like, they're already looking for the Sabbat people. They're looking into... I've forgotten his name. The gangrel guy who...
Victor.
Victor.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I can never remember Victor's name.
We're not having them look for Victor specifically. He is really dangerous. We're having them look for
The
a large group of mercenaries that
Yeah.
might be in the New York area.
I probably shouldn't ask them to look into a shadow ritual person. They probably wouldn't be able to find them anyway, so...
I mean, probably not.
Yeah.
Not at the same time, at the very least.
That'll happen at some point in its own time.
I suppose we could ask them if they know where we could find... Or if they have any suggestions on where to find Federico.
They could probably look into that.
Couldn't hurt.
They like if you're letting them know he's somewhere in Maine in a park. As far as you know, you've heard rumors that he might be there. They could see they could probably look into it. Computer systems probably exist for the National Park Service, so someone that, especially if it's long term, might be on their computer systems.
Yep. And so he is Nosferatu, as are they.
Yes.
So we can suggest that we might be interested in helping him with a problem that he has specifically.
Mm. Okay. They might be willing to do that. All right. You will actually hear back from them pretty quickly about some information. For Samuel, they are unsure at this point in time. You know, for Federico de Padu, they actually have a lead that they think. There's two different there's a number of national parks that have some people going long term, but only one of them stands out as around the date he was last seen heading towards Maine. They can guess he would have been there for a couple of months now, so that would be right around the time frame. He was paid up for about half a year spending in the cabin. So You're not sure if you'd be there, but that would be a good lead on you.
Okay.
The other information, what was the wording of the other stuff? You were looking into stuff on the...
We're looking for where a supernatural mercenary company might be holed up.
It does not seem that you're finding any signs of them within the city.
Okay.
If such a group came in, they came in a way that was not a normal mannerism for coming into the city. Let me put it that way. And
okay,
they are not within the presence of the normal radar of most groups in the city.
They may even have come in with him through the earth.
As far as they could tell, they would guess that more than likely he's probably just outside the city. Maybe even like an hour or two outside the city would be a safe place to put it as a staging ground, especially because if he's English, please work in my brain there. If he's Gangrel, more likely than not, he'd like being in some nature.
Okay. All right. And then the last thing was the
oh yes,
Pentex.
Who
Money.
got out the money? The name khri-habi is the individual who withdrew the money.
khri-habi?
khri-habi.
Oh, great.
An old friend of yours.
Fucking mummy. Excuse me.
What?
Heckin' mummy.
They prefer to be called Undying, thank you very much.
He can go
Mummy himself.
undye his mummy wraps.
He doesn't have any of those.
Yeah, he does.
I mean, they're not like mummies like you traditionally think about it, but whatever.
Uh-huh. Okay. Can they look up where we might find him?
Yeah, they can look into where he's staying.
Awesome. That's great. Let's find that mother.
They can easily get back to you and say that he's staying at a one of the like upscale, like say Hilton's, like one of the top Hilton hotels, whichever one would probably be the most expensive to stay at, and he's staying in one of the penthouse rooms.
Oh, that's great. So he got a bunch of money. Have there been any deliveries to that location?
No.
Okay.
The amount of money he withdrew was approximately 10 million in cash.
That's great.
It is a large number, definitely, for a cash withdrawal.
Okay. Were they able to track whatever was shipped from Russia to New York?
They were not, unfortunately. It came into New York shipping, and it didn't stay in quarantine. Someone greased the wheels, but it disappeared from quarantine right away. They can also say that the information about the money withdrawal was apparently because it's something that is tracked. It was for objects of art and antiquity being shipped in from another country.
Oh, of course it was.
That's what they described it as on the reason for the massive cash withdrawal.
Yeah, that figures. Because that's how they did it in fucking Philadelphia. Okay. Dawn, you remember this guy, right?
Which guy?
The mummy.
Oh, yeah.
Well, apparently he's here in New York at the penthouse of insert hotel name here.
One of the Hiltons. I think there's more than one.
A really nice one.
Yeah.
And he just got wired $10 million for arts and antiquities. And surprise, surprise, the shipment that came from Russia to New York slipped quarantine.
Yeah.
because someone greased the wheels.
Am I about to beat up a mummy? Is that what's happening?
Well, if you'll recall, he was accompanied by dark gray circular waltzer or something.
The stupid thing is, I
Oh
remember
my god! It took me
the
a
dark
goddamn...
spiral dances. Okay.
The black spiral dance. It took me a minute, but it was just
I-
great. It's
The
like-
worst thing about that was, I remembered their name, and then you said it aloud and made me forget the name, because I was like, what the fuck? Was I just wrong?
No!
I was so confused for
It
a
was
good
just
second.
a better way of saying it. It really was. Oh.
Yeah,
The
I
dark
remember.
circular twerkers.
Exactly.
better.
Yes, the twerkers, yes, I remember them.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, the twerkers are particularly nasty, and I don't want to die again.
Yeah. Okay.
Where did that dagger end up? Did we end up giving it to Helena?
Ooh.
I believe we did.
I think we did give her the dagger, and then she gave us back the coin. That was the one thing we...
Right. I think it might be worth asking if we can borrow that dagger again.
Leslie
sounds
is
like a
just
good
looking
idea.
between the two of you with a look of utter confusion right now.
You just see, like, because Ryan's there too, he's just, like, shaking his head, like, agreeing with everything. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, uh-huh. I don't want to do that. No. That sounds like a bad idea.
Asking to borrow the dagger?
Oh, no, the, messing with the, whatchamacallit?
The twerkers.
Yes.
Yes.
The Great Lord Cockroach has informed me that they would tear my insides out and devour them before my eyes.
Yeah, that's why we want the dagger.
I am strong when I am all big and insecty, but I am not, trained in combat, you know?
Right. So...
We could just ask him what's going on.
Yes, except I don't like him.
Oh, that makes sense.
Like, Nathan's sitting there thinking, I probably could. God damn it.
It seems like a better option than dealing with the twerkers.
No,
As you put
dealing with him is dealing with the twerkers. The Kai Institute, he is a representative of them. And when we encountered him in the past, he was accompanied by two?
I think it was just one.
It's just one.
Just the one, and a technocratic union mage.
Oh, I didn't like him.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he was an asshole. Although I believe he was dead.
A technocratic...
No, he lived.
What now?
He wasn't
Oh,
dead, he was just really unconscious.
that's
A
right.
pole landed on him.
Yeah.
That's
Anyway.
right. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But we did steal his gun.
You did steal his
Yes.
gun.
Have we learned anything about that, by the way? That seems like it would be useful.
You learned that, an interesting fact that, was that there's a level of actual magic to the technology. That unless you can use actual magic, you probably can't use the technology.
Didn't
Very
we
effective.
strap it to, like, a fox or something?
You did,
Yeah.
I think, to let the fox
still-
run off it.
Do you still have this gun?
No.
No.
They were worried it was going to be tracked, so they strapped it to a fox in England somewhere.
Turns out it was just me that was being tracked.
Yes, but that was different than, well, yes and no. It wasn't.
Yeah.
It was the Kai Institute, not the Technocratic Union. But the Kai Institute has connections to the Technocratic Union.
Right. And the Harbinger of Skulls.
Yeah. Who have connections to the Sabbat.
Mm-hmm.
So, what is our plan exactly?
That's what I'm trying to work out. Because I don't want to go talk to him, because I don't like him.
So you want me to possibly die?
Wait, what?
Again? I thought I was gonna go fight the dancer. If not.
I mean, that's not the plan.
Okay. Dawn just assumes whenever she's asked to do anything, it's to beat the shit out of someone. And, you know.
Dawn, you have been a very, very helpful member of this group. I do not want to throw you at a twerker and have parts of Dawn scattered all over the place. That does not sound like the best plan to me.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah.
They're just vampires, aren't they?
No, they aren't.
Do you recall
the guru?
Do you recall the guru that we met that said about the guru that served the worm? The bad ones that want to kill everyone and destroy everything.
We met a guru? That's the term the werewolves use. Right. Look, the werewolves are confusing, alright?
Yes,
Why they call themselves guru?
Well, you have to remember, you guys
that's the
call
technical
yourselves kindred.
Right.
Yeah, because that makes sense. We're
You just have
fancy
to. No,
and
it's like
aristocratic.
guru. That's the noise they make. You know. Exactly.
I'm certain that that's exactly the reason. Regardless, the twerkers are the werewolves that are bad.
Right, yes.
The ones that...
Servants of
Oh,
the worm.
horrible, corrupt monstrosities. I'm almost a corrupt monstrosity.
There you go. There you go. Except Ryan's helping us.
Yeah.
Maybe we can pitch Ryan against it.
He literally just said that the Great Lord Cockroach
Advised against it.
advised against it.
I am not skilled
You know what, Ryan?
in combat. I could
Ryan,
probably be
I'm curious.
similarly strong, maybe. But oh yeah, what? Yes.
Does the Great Lord Cockroach think that you would be able to help us take out a Black Spiral Dancer with the four of us?
Four of us. What do you think? Uh-huh. Okay. Okay, so I have learned a few things. We theoretically could kill a Black Spiral, especially because, I am more resistant to some of his abilities than others. I could, his horrible claws, I could absorb some of the damage from it with my thick and insectile skin, which would help us live longer. But the problem comes down to, more than likely, at least half of the group would probably be destroyed. It has horrible claws, which it would be difficult for even you to heal.
That does make sense. Would it change anything if we had something designed to hunt werewolves?
I mean, if we prepared some kind of ambush for it, it's like hunting any animal. I haven't done a lot of hunting. I hunted an elk once. That was fun.
Was it tasty?
No, I didn't get a chance to eat it. I was bad at hunting the elk, so I did not get any of it in the end there, too. But I've had elk before, and it's pretty good. Just not the one I hunted.
What are you thinking, Nathan?
Well, I'm just trying to figure out how to set up a situation in which the twerker will not be a problem. And I'm not seeing one. So, I suppose we will merely have to contact him and inquire about our friend.
Does that seem the safest option?
No, it doesn't. The safest option is probably nuclear and devastating to the New York landscape.
I have contacts.
I'm not as worried about acquiring. It's more the New York landscape, because that's where all of my stuff is.
What if we just move it to Chicago with your new friend?
I don't particularly like him either. I wouldn't mind taking over for him, but no.
I see.
No.
Well, you two know this gent, so I'll leave this up to you then.
When we were in Osh,
Mm-hmm.
it was just me and Dawn and Samuel that had the trackers, correct? Leslie did not.
The only person that actually had a tracker in them was Dawn, though.
It was
Oh.
me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I was shot with the gun. I think.
It was seemed
That's
less that that the gun shot something into you, and that more likely because it was like a tracking spider bot. I best described it as it probably crawled into your wound before it closed up.
Yeah. It's probably when I was fighting that wizard.
Mm-hmm.
And by fighting, I mean failing.
Okay. Well, what do you think, Leslie? You are more practiced in spycraft than I. Do you think it likely that this gentleman is aware of your part in our little troop? Or would you be best useful to us remaining as secret as possible?
If he has the contacts you say he does, then I'm not sure. We don't really know what the Kai Institute or Pentex know.
No, we know they have plenty of money.
I mean, about our group specifically. We know they have Samuel, and he may already have told them that I'm with the group.
All right. Well, then, all of our eggs in one basket, as they say then?
I suppose so. If nothing else, I can remain on the outskirts until we know for sure. Keep myself hidden.
Well, you staying hidden is much more difficult and complicated than I. I do think that we should perhaps discuss with Helena our temporary use of that dagger. Dawn,
Yes?
you like old sharp things, correct?
Always.
All right. Well, then I believe I know who should be holding it.
Okay. So you're gonna go to Helena and see if you can borrow the silver dagger.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You'll retrieve the dagger, and upon retrieving it, you will actually get some information from your good friend, Ryan. Oh, I have been told here by my friend, the Great Lord Cockroach here, that it's most likely that I should probably use it.
Oh?
It turns out that it is a Garu clave of some kind, a smaller version of one. Some of these are much larger, and it requires a bonding, which requires, I believe he said, the spiritual aspects of the changing breed to use, of which I have a little bit of. Probably more than your average Samasa.
Would you
In
be
game
able to
terms,
stab
I have a
someone?
Gnosis score, and I can therefore bond with it. I don't receive
Wow.
penalties like a werewolf would, which they normally temporarily lose it, because it's a silver weapon.
Well, your knowledge of mechanics is astounding.
Indeed.
I guess that comes from knowing the Great Lord Cockroach
It
as
does.
well as you do. Well,
He hangs around with me a lot.
I've noticed that.
He's been mentioning something about some kind of spiritual danger here in New York.
Oh, good.
He's been
Do you
encouraging
think he
me to
might
hang
be...
around with you guys. Even more than
well-
normal.
Come again?
He's been encouraging me to hang around with you guys even more than normal.
That's probably because of the prostitutes.
Oh no, they're very nice ladies, and I have great conversations with them. But you know
That
what?
makes sense.
I'm still loyal to my wife.
That's very good of you.
Mm-hmm. Rest her
You
soul
should
and all.
definitely... Have you been exercising, though?
Oh, yes. I've been trying to get into the actual gym part of your gym. It's surprising how much sexist goes on in there, and how little exercise. But you know what? I'm pretty good at exercise. Not great, but pretty good. I used to be in great shape.
Well, I think you have just a perfectly adequate shape.
I used to do rhythmic gymnastics. Not many
Two of
men
them.
did that.
Yep, that doesn't surprise me. So, what are your thoughts, Dawn, Leslie?
Would you actually be able to kill someone, Ryan? Like,
Oh, yes, I murdered a couple of people.
okay, good.
We had to... Look, I'm going to say this. Our escape from the Pentex laboratory, not very clean. I needed a leader. And, of course, the leader was me, and I involved giant cockroach arms stabbing into evil scientists' little bodies.
That also does not surprise me.
Well, they were very bad men and did very bad things to me and my brothers and sisters, so it had to be done.
Mm-hmm.
And I regret it a lot,
right.
but I've lived with it for all my time. You know, it is one of those things. Sometimes you gotta do something, especially in this
can we just-
dog-eat-dog supernatural world.
Can we just appreciate how horrifying of an image that is?
Yeah.
If you saw an 8-foot-tall cockroach just stabbing your friend with its spindly little cockroach limbs.
Man, I play too much Shadowrun for that to faze me anymore. Oh, awesome. All right, so you seem like you will be very helpful. I'm glad you've joined us, Ryan.
I am too.
Do you know that silver hurts twerkers as well as it hurts Guru?
I think they're also technically werewolves or garu or whatever you call them. Guru. Garu. I think they're pretty much the same thing. Just kind of, what's the best way to describe this?
Tainted.
Well, they contact different spirits. Rather than contact the spirits of the earth.
They've touched the taint.
Yeah. Rather than contacting the spirits of the earth, they contact the spirits of destruction, death, radiation, and all that stuff. Good thing I'm immune to radiation, too.
That
Ryan,
seems like it would help you.
Could you ask the Grey Lord Cockroach if this blade would be of any use against the twerkers, the dancer?
He doesn't seem to know much about that thing. He does say it'll probably help you on your way.
He doesn't happen to have any insight of how to make use of it, does he?
Okay. Well, I'll try to get this in his words, but I'm very bad at translating his words sometimes, because they're not always words, they're sometimes feeling. I get the feeling words that basically it's sort of, the more you use it, the more you will feel what it can do, and the more it will become, one with your ability to use it. If that makes any sense? Because it doesn't really make any sense to me.
Works. I'll take it.
Something tells me that he's not saying you should use it to pry open doors.
Probably not. Probably not.
So, shall we find some other people to kill before we go and try and fight a black spiral dancer with it?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. A little bit of practice would be nice.
Oh,
So far, all I've really done is cut my own palms with it. Hasn't really done much.
I think we should probably go talk to that guy there. Because I'm being implied that, you know, it's probably, if that man is looking for something, we do have a little bit of a time constraint, isn't it? True?
Yeah, that's true. All right. Well, do I still have his card?
Yes.
Okay. Boop, 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 boop.
Yep. Hello. Ah. Ethan. How good it is to hear from you again. What can I do for you? I heard you're back from, a little bit of a global trip. How was things in, India and Kyrgyzstan? And I believe, Romania?
Oh, they were lovely.
Great to
Plenty
hear.
of prostitution, so little time.
He'll snicker to himself.
Unfortunately, we seem to have lost something along the way.
Oh, yes. I'm afraid, Samuel, is it? Yes?
Mm-hmm.
From what I can tell, he's in the care of some great individuals.
What variety of great?
I can't say for sure. I've just heard rumors.
Ah. How have you been?
Just fine, but apparently things have not gone as well as I would like. Certain plans have been in the works quite well, and others, well, detracted from.
Oh, that's unfortunate. And 10 million can't help you out with that, can it?
No, but it can help me out with, well, maybe something that you'll want to help me out with. Actually, it's fortuitous that you're calling me. It means I don't have to bring in as many individuals for the job that's going to happen.
Really?
Yes.
Well, how might I be of service to you, sir?
How would you like to kill a god? And we'll end it right there.
Oh.
You're an asshole,
right.
Tantus.
You cheeky.
Yep.
God damn it.
Yup. Don't worry, you'll be doing a service to something.
Mm-hmm.
But you'll have to find out more next time about what he needs.
Ooh.
Could we kill him?
Yes.
Well, thanks for watching, guys. I'm You're an Asshole, Tantus. You can find me on... And also, You're an Asshole, Tantus.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, God.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's a wonderful little, thing that you're leaving off at. Anyway, why don't we give some shout-outs to who you are, where to find you, and all that kind of stuff, because it's good to give some support. Hey, let's start with, Jess/Dawn.
Oh, it's me.
Yeah.
I'm Bubblegum Viking, Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube, and I'll do stuff again next week. It'll start again next week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 2-month break.
Yeah. Leslie/Umber.
Number Skies, Twitch.tv, not currently streaming because stuff's going on, but, you know, you can always drop a follow, and that'd be greatly appreciated.
Indeed.
Come check it out when I do go live sometime.
Sometime. And Nathan/Carpe.
Oh, you already got my information.
I don't know what you're talking about. It was a fine ending.
No, I am the CarpeDM. You can find me in very few places at the moment because I have been on vacation and doing other stuff. But yes, here on Tuesdays. Because you're an asshole, Tantus.
I like about cliffhangers, Jesus.
Yeah, hey, you know what? I figured that would be a great cliffhanger. Right there. Yep.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yep. So, you'll have to join us next week to find out what's going on and what the hell they're talking about for these guys.
And which fucking god?
Because that's a very open-ended term, you know?
Mm-hmm.
What does he mean by this? What could you possibly be fighting? That you
Obviously,
totally
he
have...
wants us to go on a rampage, slaughtering all of the believers of a particular god.
Alright, let's go.
Well, I mean,
I'm
you
ready.
also do have a
Let's
sword that's particularly made for destroying very powerful beings, aka demons. So,
Neat.
I mean, he may have that sword in his possession, and maybe that might be useful for slaying something similarly as powerful.
Or maybe, and I'm just throwing this out there, you're an asshole, Tantus.
Anyway, alright, for myself, Dracovin, all my links are down below. Maybe check them out. Remember, follow if you want to support, subscribe. No, top left, all that stuff. And top right. I can't remember. I've lost my mind now.
Top right, by the way.
Yep, top right, by the way. There we go. I can remember stuff sometimes. Anyway, bye everyone.
Bye.